Hey everyone, I'm Laura and I'm from the Paper Soul. I wanted to share with you my vintage yet shabby chic junk journal that is made using a clasp envelope. It is 9 by 5 3/4, and I created this using the Ephemera's Vintage Garden, the Cottage Garden and Spring Chic digital kits, and they really are beautiful kits. And then I also added, picked out some papers that I had, pattern papers that I had that complemented the kit. It is a bird and flowers theme throughout, and the cover, actually, as I decorated it, was made to look like a bird's nest, kind of like the birds were tucking their little nesting material into the cover. It is stitched all around, and it has a lace trim along with the flower trim on the spine, and then on the back, that's the back there. And it has a Tim Holtz hitch post closing with the seam binding, and you just press it down, and then you're able to get into the book. I have really been excited about getting my next video on here, and I have thoroughly enjoyed making this and working with these kits. It just has a lot of inspiration around them that brings inspiration out as you work with it. So they're very, very pretty. So you open it up, and my first page inside the cover here, I have it lined with a kind of a complimentary paper for the collection. I've got a sewn little journal tag there and another little tag that you can journal on as well. And then, of course, that's a pocket. Have a little happy journal tag, and then you can open it for a little more journaling space. I'll put this back. And that paper's so pretty. What I did with all the papers is I used a Martha Stewart punch. I think this is lace, doily lace. I think that's the name of it. But that is the punch that I used for all of the papers of the kit. My coffee dyed papers I have coffee dyed papers throughout. I did with this punch, Martha Stewart punch, and it is actually a scallop dot. That's the name of that one. I don't have the correct name for the other one. I'm just guessing. I think that's what it's called. So I kind of made it look like lace on the edges of the papers. And I did printing front to back for her papers so that I could, I guess, display her beautiful, beautiful kits front and back. Then on this page, it's coffee dyed paper. I've got lace, and I stamped out notes. This is a journal card from the kit that's tucked right there. This actually was on some packaging of some little note cards or notepads that I bought, and I just couldn't throw it away. It just had some pretty colors to it. So what I did is stamped out some coffee dyed papers on the back and made like a little booklet out of it. Then you have your little flip here. I think everyone is saying Rita Donnelly flip. So yeah, have that there, and then that serves as the pocket. Let me just get that in there. I have a page here where you can just honestly journal there, right to your heart's content. I made my lines with a card dipped in my ink, and just took a ruler and kind of made my lines like that. Got some trim here, eyelash trim, and then some pretty little trim here, and stamped out gratitude on some coffee dyed paper. Did some more stamping up here, more journaling space. And this particular little tuck spot down here, I made that myself out of the stamp collection. I've got some of these scattered throughout, and I'll tell you when we come across them. It's penny black, and it is made, it's called Efflorescence, and it's penny black, and these are the various stamps that you can stamp, and I think I've got one of each of these in the book. And so I stamped it out, and then I colored it myself. And that was a lot of fun to do, just add some color to that. This is actually a stamp I have. It's called a happiness card. And it says 10 things that make me happy. And then at the bottom it says 4 things that made me ecstatic. And you could probably print out one of these cards and have it ever so often throughout your book. Actually, your happiness card might change depending on what kind of mood you're in. Just some extra paper there. And so you can just tuck it there. Turning the page, I have more of her beautiful paper there. And then on this side, I have a pretty tag I made. It says, "Embrace the journey." This was from Tim Holt's little stickers that he has. I made that flower. Did some just background stamping on that tag and little bird stamps on the back. I think that's a Tim Holtz stamp as well. On this one, I just took from a paper from the kit, took some cardstock and some coffee dyed paper and sewed it for a little sturdiness. And a little background stamping here. This little pocket has a flip to it for more journaling that can be done there. So then, more of the pretty paper from the kit. I love this page. I just love the colors of it. But what I did up here, a little banner, and then it says, got some cheesecloth, dyed cheesecloth, and says, "Learn to pause or nothing worthwhile will catch up to you." That's one of my favorite stamps, and I love the saying. I have an envelope here that is a pocket as well. And so I've got a little card there, a little journaling card. And I just made a little booklet here out of some extra coffee paper that I had. And the thing I love about these journals is that you just don't waste things. You can have these small little pieces of paper and you can still turn them into something. It's just amazing. And it's crazy because it's like I don't want to throw out any little pieces because I know I can do something with that piece. Just like this tab, it's just like a little small piece of cardstock. It doesn't take much material to make something really, really pretty. But anyway, that's just serving for like a little tuck area there for that. And then I've got my card there. So this just kind of holds this down. And here I made, I think it's Patricia, oh, I hope I get her name right, Viramontes. I'm not sure if I'm getting her name right. Anyway, I watched one of her videos and I saw that little pocket she did out of book page. I did out of music paper. Just put like a little decoration there, some extra paper, a little tweet card. I made a little booklet out of some extra paper. Like I say, if you have any kind of little excess paper, you can just make a little booklet out of it at any point in time and always add some journaling space. So that serves as like a little pocket there as well. As simple as this is, I just think it's a very striking page, even though it's very, very simple. And I took just one of her pretty prints there and just laced it up with a Martha Stewart punch and then turned it into a journaling card on the back. So I just love, got my music note stamp there, but I just love that. And this paper, like the coffee dyed paper that I did this time around, there were a lot of pieces that I ended up kind of double dyeing. In other words, I get a fine, like an initial soak on it or initial staining to it, and then after it would be dry, I would want a little more going on, and so I might put some drips and stuff and just kind of let it run down the sides of the paper a little bit. You can kind of see, and it just really does have a really good effect. So it's kind of, a little more time involved, but you get some really neat results. On this page I have some stamping I did. It just says, "We must always have old memories and young hopes." It's a really good saying. And a little tag I made. "To be all that is possible, we must attempt the impossible. And to be all that we can be, we must dream of being more." And that's true. There's some of that pretty staining of that coffee dyed paper. I just love how this group did that I was working on. Here's a flip here for more journaling, and then of course the pockets. So pretty paper. And you can journal on this paper too if you want to. It's just so pretty. I really did not do anything to her papers because they were just pretty in and of themselves. And the designing that I did, I just designed around it to complement her papers as best I could. That's a pretty page. So this had bird's nest here with the little blue eggs, and so I had a really neat stamp, and I stamped it out, and then I colored it, and I was real tickled how that little bird's nest turned out. I ended up putting it on a pop dot so it would sit up, and that way I could tuck my paper into that to hold it down, and then there's more journaling space there. And so that just tucks into there. And I think I've tucked it. I think I've played with it so much I've kind of gotten it a little worn down there. Anyway, and also the way I glued it, you have a little tuck area here for one of the cards from the kit. I have a little more stamping. This doily is not a tuck spot. And then I stamped out happy. This was just like a little happy book. How can you be around birds and flowers and not be happy? So this says happy, and then I've got thoughts. So happy thoughts. This could be a tuck spot. I'm thinking about just actually gluing it down though. I'm just not sure. But it could be either until I glue it down, and then it's no longer a tuck spot. It's no longer tuckable. Made this little card here. It says believe. Just another little fun little area. Seeds of love. This was from the kit, and it's like a little seed pack, a design from like a seed pack. And this is one of the little petal pockets. I'm not opening it all the way up. I am not that courageous. Y'all know y'all have seen these out here and you can put something in them. There's no way I'm struggling with that again. It's not, I mean, it's like if I don't think about it, I can put it together. If I think about it too much, I have a hard time putting it together. But all of these pages, again, you can do journaling. Love these coffee stains. I just love them. This is just, oh my gosh, how pretty that paper is. And what I did, I kept this one simple. It is a pocket, and then you can actually open it up for journaling. And then I made a booklet, and I shrunk the design down and made a booklet, put eyelash trim, stapled it and put like a binding, stamped the binding. And what I did is just made it of extra coffee papers. There's one that's got like a doily, some little dots, but just various little papers that I've done, and I didn't want to waste. I was doing another project and I didn't want to waste those papers, so lots of paper in that little booklet right there. So let's see what we have on the next page. Again, just kept her papers real pure. I didn't mess with them. All I did was just edge the edges with a punch to make it look like lace, and you know, I stained them, distressed them also, stamped some butterflies, and when you turn the page, they're on that page, and that looks like that's where they belong. More coffee stained paper, and the pan I did it in gave it natural lines, and I was real tickled with that. I have here one of these pockets. Again, I think I did get that from Patricia. It's a book page. I ended up covering that part, and this is a stamp that I was telling you about from the penny black collection there. And so I stamped that out and colored it, and that actually kind of holds my little envelope down, and I just tucked a few little cards from the kits in there. Holds that down. This is just some extra coffee paper. Just love that. Looks like that's my doily shining through. And then I did a little flower here on the side to tuck that in. I've noticed I've tried to put the little pebbles on the bottom, but a lot of times I don't feel like I'm giving myself enough room when I'm folding my paper, so I thought, I'll just do it on the side, and I really actually like it on the side. So I just think I want to do it on the side now. Not that I'll never do one at the very tip. That's on the front cover of the book. I just love that. So pretty. And this is a little tuck area, and I made a tag, some complimentary papers. This is an envelope. So when you turn the page, I hope you can see it and I'm not off camera, envelope. And inside my envelope, I put a collage napkin on book page and just kind of cut it out, and then I backed it with a double side of the coffee paper, so you can actually write on that as well. More journaling. This is the center of my one signature that I made, and I put little eggs on a string, little bird eggs on a string. I got that from Kay and Company. That she had some borders. They had some borders, and one of them was eggs, and I thought that's perfect for this. So I made this tag here. This is one of my favorite sayings on one of my stamps. It says, "Do one thing every day that makes you happy." I put this in my last one too, and I love that saying, and I think we have to remind ourselves of that on a regular basis, because it's so easy to get caught up in all of our have to do's and should do's and everything that we put what we want to do last. But that tucks in there with that little flip like that. Just simple. Let's see what I put on the back. Ooh, I did put something on the back. I did some just generalized background stamping, and then it says, "Start doing things you love." And I was like, why wait until my book is complete and I'm ready to do something on the spine to do those little flowers? I just couldn't wait. So I went on and did it. I was a rebel, and I put it inside the book too. Just some torn paper, mimicking the printed paper there. I was trying to emulate that there and just kind of bring that together. Another one of the cards from the collection. This opens up trifold, and more journaling area there. And then I have eggs here. That's the back of that one. That's one of her pages. This was actually a card right here for my 2 tuck spots that I did. So I had a card made, and I was going to use it as like a little journal card, and then I thought, So I cut it in half and at an angle, and then made 2 little tuck spots for this page. I made this by just distressing various inks and cutting various circles and shapes out. And out of book page, and I just inked it directly on the book page, and then just started punching and cutting out the colors, and then formed a little flower. I have a little flat back pearl there. Some extra paper for journaling, and then that just tucks in there. That one I did do a pretty good, having space. And then little cards from the collection. More journaling paper here. On these lines you could do. Same here. Butterflies are over here. Now on this vellum, they're flying over here to this page. That's what I like about that. I like it where it looks pretty this way, pretty that way. I'd love to put words on these, and maybe one day I will. I might do it like if one you can see through that doesn't turn. But when you turn it, then you can't see it on the back, so you can't read it. So another beautiful page, I tell you. I just love her work is so pretty. So what I did is tried to create a page that complemented that, and this I did. It obviously looks like a little clipboard, but I put journal up here, and I put it on a pop dot. And then when you turn it over, I have a little brad, made a little flower, and I have a little brad here with a J on it for journal. And then my coffee dyed papers, once again, making good use of those. And I put a number of little pages, I think about four pages in. So when you flip them around, you can flip the book upside down and actually utilize the backs of these pages as well. And plus, and then you have another pretty little area there from her collection. Took some trim, and you can just tuck the whole thing there so it'll stay in place. That looks like a little clipboard. I didn't intend that, but that's what it does, or how it ended up. More stamping right there. I have some fun little trim right here. A quote here that says, "A bird does not sing because it has an answer." And you can flip up and do some journaling there. Turn the page. And then I have, "It sings because it has a song," on my bag that I have here tucked in my doily. I had spritzed that with some glimmer mist. I think it's the Heidi Swap Tattered Angels might be what it is. She has her own like little collection with that. I made another little card here, and that one says dream. And then again, this is a little bag that I bought some bags, and I left the back blank so you can journal on the back. And then I just decorated the front a little bit. I kind of put some book page on the back of it so it have some color. And then I made another little, just ribboned, some pages together again, scrap pages left over from another project that I was working on, and tucked that right in there. Stamped my bird out here, and it says, with brave wings she flies. And I kind of colored that little bird up. Thought she was pretty. This page was a lot of fun. I made a tag, and oh, I love this little tag because I meant to make this a pocket too, but I accidentally glued it down. You can really get carried away with your glue. I stamped my image, and then I was putting that little kind of like a hill or grass or something. Then I added another one. And so then I had my little bird stamp, and I was going to put him somewhere else, but I thought he looks so cute, kind of like he's sitting on the ground, just tucked in there. But anyway, that was a lot of fun to do. So I glued the tag down such that it would have space for little areas you can put things in. And of course, this whole thing is a pocket. And then there's a quote here under here that says, always be on the lookout for the presence of wonder. That's a Tim Holtz stamp. But the neat thing is this whole pocket, this flips up, and this whole page is, I kept the whole page intact, and then you can have a lot of writing space there. And flip it back, and then just tuck it under the tag, and that keeps it down. That was fun. And have like a little area here, like a little journaling tag, or pretty journaling space on that page. I left blank. Pretty paper. I have a feather stamp that I stamped out, and then I just kind of colored up some different colors there, and made like a little tuck spot with it. Stamped out Be Still on that banner with some eyelash trim. Just kind of putting some thoughts in this book of, you know, think about having gratitude, being still, giving yourself time to think about what you might want to write about, what's on your heart, what's on your mind, that kind of thing. Kind of get the person that has this book in the mindset of just being in touch with their feelings and thoughts. This is more coffee dyed paper, and then I have like a little teeny little butterfly tag I made to help keep it closed. And that was the original nest stamp that I did earlier, and then I had colored it previously on an earlier page. I sewed it up. And this was so funny because it was wanting to get jammed up in my sewing machine, but then I was like, it kind of looks kind of shabby, like a little bird's nest would look, so I just kind of left it. See, accidents that happen actually are pretty good. They actually usually turn out pretty good. Something creative comes out of it. Here's another one of those stamps that I colored up, and that was a lot of fun, and I'm using it as like a little tuck spot there. The other little piece of my music paper. Oh, I love that, how that little bird peeks out right there. This was made with a napkin, and I had cardstock that I took, and I have a stamp I stamped all over the background, and then decoupaged the napkin on, and then I cut it out, and then I put some gray trim around it and everything. This banner is called The Latest Chirp. Maybe the latest thing that's on your mind, the latest thing that's going on in your life. And I just put a bunch of little pretty coffee stained extras. This is one from the kit, and I grunged it up pretty good. And then there's a little more paper here, but you could just tuck all kinds of little things in. That's a pretty nice pocket, sturdy. This one was, so I was looking at this particular page, and I'm thinking, what can I do to complement it? And one of these stamps was in that penny black stamp kit that I showed you, and I put some eyelash trim behind it, colored it up, kind of to match the color here, and I added some little stenciled polka dots, you know, and you know, at first being new to junk journaling and everything, I was kind of like, why do they call it a junk journal? Because none of the stuff that I'm seeing or you all are seeing is junk. That all the videos, all the beautiful things you're making is in no way junk. And but you know, I guess it's some of it's coming from using things, utilizing papers and stuff like that. And making them beautiful. And this was just like a little, I'm supposed to put a check in here. And I had a bunch of extra ones and everything. And so I just used one of these bill paying envelopes, and I put gesso on it and tried to cover it up. And then I thought I wasn't covering it up that great. And then I thought, no, I'm going to leave the lines there so they realize this is an actual envelope, you know, the little see-through. And I stamped out this and that's, odds and ends, bits and pieces. And so I decorated it some more, put the polka dots on it to match the page, and put some paper there so that would be pretty. Inside, I just tucked away a couple of, a journal card from Prima, which was pretty. And then, let me get that in there good. Ooh, I put a butterfly in there too, I forgot. I put, that was a little butterfly on some book page, and I just popped him in there. This was a fun little card, and this was from Smashbook, K and Company, and they're little punch-out cards, and they're a lot of little fun ones. I got it from Tuesday Mornings, and there's like a lot of little fun ones in here, different things, like I will get better at, and it has a list of things you could get better at, and you're going to punch yes or no, cleaning list, my favorite season, and you punch out if it's spring, summer, autumn, or winter, things like that. And the one I put in here was, it says, in a fairy tale, I would be. And one of them is princess. And I said, oh yes, I would definitely be a princess. Hero. I don't have to be the hero if I'm the princess. Misunderstood villain. Definitely. And fairy godmother. No, I don't want to be her. And I don't want to be a frog prince. But I could be the narrator. So I'm up for some of things. Anyway, these are fun. So whoever got that could punch out whatever they wanted to do. You put anything you want in here, anything you want to save, and just tuck it away. Safe spot. Another pretty page there. I just kept this simple. Did me a little belly band. Put some pretty lace down the middle. And I have had these things forever. And it's actually was on a pop dot and a sticker, you know, and so I popped this, or got this from the, on this day, let's see. Oh boy, I can't remember if that is, that might be Tim Holtz also. And then just, you know, more paper to journal on, and then just pull the little ribbon up and tuck it under there. It really does tuck easy. I'm just making it look hard. And I know we can't turn the page until everything is just in place, just so. All right, so this was a lot of fun too. I'm getting close to the end of my book, and I'm thinking, what, you know, you start to think, what can I do? What can I do? And I wanted to do a peekaboo spot. So this is a magnet, and my little butterfly from a book page I put there, and you just lift his little wings up, and you have a little area here where I put a sentiment in the middle in between all my little journaling lines, and it says, your mind is a garden, your thoughts are seeds. You can grow flowers or you can grow weeds. Just thought that was a neat little saying with this bird and flower theme in my journal. But that's fun. Those magnets are always fun. How can you not have fun with magnets? My last page says tweets. And so this page was interesting. I don't think I've ever seen anyone do this. Now they may have, but I did a 4-corner tuck spot with my card. So what I did is I ran the glue down the middle vertically and down the middle horizontally. And that way there's a tuck spot at every little cornered section. And some of my little cards say, like this one says, darling, you are a work of art. And then this one says, let me get it out. It says, keep smiling, but it says hashtag keep smiling. See where I'm going with this? That's why it's called tweets. I call these my tweet sticks. Hashtag today's the day. I have a little heart back there just for fun. Live your dream with passion. Don't forget to fly. Use your wings. And this one is hashtag you're amazing. This would be like a good page to come to if you're feeling a little blue or a little blah, and come along and look at your tweet sticks. Life is great. And be in love with your life. Just some nice little sentiments, you know, things of gratitude, things that make you thankful. And that is the end. So there's my back page there. And I really thought about putting something on the back, but you know, I just finally, I felt good with it being like that because it's so pretty. There's so much in here. I think there's 60 pages front and back. So there's 15 pages, but by the time you do all of them, you know, fronts and backs of all of them, you've got 60 pages of yummy goodness, laces and trims and ribbons. Oh my. But anyway, that is my journal, and I was really so excited about getting this done. I really worked really hard on this, and it took me a whole lot longer than I thought it would. There's a lot of work that goes into these, so when you view videos out there and you're watching people's work, just realize these things didn't just come together. There's a lot of work to them, and a lot of heart and soul and love that go into them. So I hope everyone is doing great. It's a Saturday night, and hope everyone's having a great weekend, and I hope to be coming at you soon with another video. Thank you so much. Bye.